what is the consultations attorney role at our office? How would you describe that for someone who may be coming from a firm that doesn't have this role?
So the consultations attorney role is essentially, as the name implies, one who does consultations. You need to be able to speak about different areas of the law, or have at least a basic to mid understanding of various areas of the law, so that you can spot issues, you can spot any problems, grounds of inadmissibility. So each consult is typically going to be anywhere from 20 to 40 minutes in length. And then, so you have the consultation, and then you recommend whatever service our office could potentially provide to the potential client. And then we always do our consultations with a director of legal services who will be there to assist in making the service sale. Another thing that I do as a consultations attorney is support the sales team. So our office has several directors of legal services. We have intake specialists. We have case managers, other people who may have occasion to need to recommend services. And so I would support them in either making follow-up calls with them to discuss whatever legal service someone might need, explaining a legal service to somebody who might need an additional service, and then just serving as kind of a support, being able to provide filing fee information, or for the non-attorney staff that we have here, if there's any legal advice that needs to be given, I would be looped into the conversation to provide that information.
You mentioned a term, the director of legal services. If somebody's listening, they're not familiar with what that is. This is a non-attorney role that our office has created that helps and supports the attorney through the consultation process, so that the attorney's time can be focused on the legal advice and not on reviewing all of the nuances of how our firm operates or how our firm's contracts are. They're handling credit card information, or and so, Catherine, what do you maybe like or not like, or how do you find that relationship and that dynamic of doing a consult together with a director of legal services?
So, in the past, prior to working with Landerholm, I would have done, prepared contracts myself, or gone through the minutia of how the firm works. And so having a director of legal services kind of work in tandem with me really allows me to focus on the law and the legal aspects, support that I can provide to the potential client. And so I personally like the relationship of the kind of interplay between myself and the director of legal services. I work really well with the directors of legal services that Landerholm has, and it allows me to focus on the law and not kind of more of the administrative tasks.
Me too. I love it. Oh gosh, I remember doing all the consults start to finish and explaining everything. And when we created this role, it was like, okay, that just cut the time that it took me to do a consult in half or less, right? And so that was that was really helpful. So what if a candidate out there who's thinking of applying for this role is considering it, what type of person would be great for this role, and what type of person might it not be the right fit for this role? Like what makes a great consultations attorney in terms of like what would a person expect when they're having this role, when they're handling this role?
My knee-jerk response is it's probably more for extroverts than introverts, but I don't know that that's necessarily true. You have to like talking to people, right? And kind of understanding their stories and having discussions. And if you don't like talking to people, or if you don't like client interaction, then this probably isn't for you. But if you do, then this is for you. You don't have to be an expert in every area of immigration law. You just have to be able to spot issues. And, I hadn't done much asylum work before I came to Landerholm, and we have a lot of asylum cases. And so you kind of, you figure out very quickly where the kind of deficiencies in your knowledge are, and then you just fill them. And so for me, it's been a source of great personal growth, and it's a way to get exposure to many different areas of law, of immigration law, and kind of in a short amount of time. Another really thing that I really enjoy about the consultation lawyer position is that unlike casework, you don't really take the cases home with you, right? There's a I find it less stressful than casework. And so that's kind of anecdotally, if that's, some people might not prefer that either, right? They might like stress. They might like the kind of the intensity of casework. But if you don't like that, then again, this position would be great for you.
Say you're in the middle of a consult and you don't have all the answers. What's one of the ways that our team kind of works together? Like, do you feel like the consult is all on you, or do you feel like you have the support of a group?
I definitely feel like I have the support of a group. There's 4 attorneys and there's 4 paralegals. And so one thing that I really enjoy about working here is that we work collaboratively. So there's always, one attorney who's going to be assigned to a case. But when I have a consult coming up, I will review the notes from the intake team. I'll review any documents. And so that's my first kind of point. If I realize there's something that I don't know or that I'm unclear on, I'll do the research before the consult. Usually that's no more than 5-10 minutes. And then, if I get into the consult and I realize there's something I really just am unsure of, or some things there isn't a concrete answer, right? Or if I need to explore something further, I can always communicate with the team during the consult as well through Teams or another app. And then if all else fails, I will tell the potential client, hey, I need to look into this, and I'll give you a call back, usually on Friday. And I have, I think that you have to be willing to say, I don't know, I'm unsure, but let me find out. I think it's more dangerous to try to give somebody kind of incomplete or inaccurate information. That can be dangerous. So it's safer to just say, I'm unsure, but I'll find out for you.
Yep.
If it's something that's a whole research project, then that might be an additional service. Document review situation, that would be an additional service. But kind of the run of the mill, I just need to consult with the other attorneys about this. We'll give you a call back on Friday.
All right. Catherine, anything else to add about this position?
The only thing I'll add is I was apprehensive about this position before I accepted before I took it, and I was nervous to do consultations, and I've really enjoyed it. It's been it's kind of pushed me in ways I didn't realize that I would have enjoyed being pushed, and it really has, my knowledge base has grown, and I really do enjoy talking to people. So just for people who might be apprehensive about this role, I'd say give it a second or third thought. It's really been enjoyable.
Nice. Catherine, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. And anybody watching this who's considering this role, hey, thank you for being here and considering it. And yeah, we look forward to hearing from any of you who really are interested in potentially joining our team. And Catherine, thank you again for everything that you do for us. Thank you all so much.
You're very welcome, Otis. Thank you.
All right, Catherine, thanks a lot. All right, bye-bye.